To it. And now we're waiting on the two basketball teams. In fact, we're waiting on the Rebels or the Minutemen. The officials are out, so we're ready to go. And they're dimming the light. We're going to go with the spotlight tonight. And I assume both teams will come out. bell. Marvin Pennington and Ray Vest will be tonight's officials. And this should be a good one. Mullens is psyched. They have a good delegation directly behind their bench. And of course, on the other side of the floor, you have a very packed capacity Pineville crowd. And Ray Vest and Marvin Pennington, they get as emotional, as psyched up to referee these ball games as probably the teams. They're two veteran officials. Ron Ellis and Bob Stewart both uses them a lot at their homes and away. In fact, these are the two men that called the game at Mullens High School. C92 Sports. I'm Bob Gunner along with my partner Tim Clay. We're happy to be here with you tonight for the annual Wyoming County Shootout. It was 62-60 up at Mullens, but now it's at Pineville, and Ron Ellis is concerned with how the team will start. It's going to be James Jacobs at 6'6", going up against Bart Houck at 6'2". And there's some pop already spilt on the floor. Mr. Raymond Rose, the principal, going over, mopping it up, cleaning it up.
I'll tell you, Bob, if you was here at this game, and if you're like me, I've got chill bumps. I get just as excited as everybody else does. And I hope that you people are listening at home and feel the same way. I feel it's going to be an excellent matchup tonight.
Well, Wyoming Cable will have the game on. Keith, you're going to have to help me. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Well, I will assume it will be 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Keith cannot hear me with the crowd noise. But Ray Vest, he has the basketball. He walks in, and it's up. Pineville controls. Jacobson tips it over to Jay McKinney. Ray Harmon quickly down the floor. They go inside to Jacob. He lays it up. But he was fouled before he got the shot off. James Jacobs. Ray Harmon found him quick. Gave him the basketball, but a foul.
The personal foul was called on number 14, Clyde Sizemore, Mullens, his first team foul number 1.
Basketball goes in from Jay McKinney to James Jacobs, and he was fouled as he caught the pass. So a second quick foul here on the Rebels.
Personal foul called on number 40, Mullens. Bart Houck, his first team foul number 2. And this is the way it started out up at Mullens. He said Palmer got in early foul trouble.
Pass goes into Jacobs again. He goes up from 10 feet. He nails it. Here he wins, steals the ball, gives it over to Jacobs. He touches the basketball. It's 4-0 Pineville quickly. Clyde Sizemore down the floor. Long pass over to Bart Houck. Puts it up. No good. Jacobs up high. Loses rebound. Brad Houck rebounds. Goes up. No good. Ray Harmon rebounds. Ray Harmon on the attack. These ball clubs going up and down quickly. Jay McKinney from 10 feet. And he hits it. 6-0 quickly. Pineville on top. Clyde Sizemore with the basketball. He's got a 3-on-1 break. Beautiful pass from Clyde over to Bart Houck, and Bart lays it up and scores. A beautiful pass there by Clyde Sizemore. Pineville 6-2. John McKinney from 15, and he hits it. John McKinney hits it from 15. Clyde Sizemore quickly against the press down the floor. Over to Tommy Webb. He loses the basketball, and Ray Harmon ties him up quick. And we have a jump ball. And Ron Ellison wants a timeout. So, wow, up and down the floor we have gone already. And with 6:58 to go here in the first quarter, the score is Pineville 8, Mullens 2, and there's a heavy discussion going on between the officials. And I don't know what happened. I missed that. But Brad Houck was upset about something. But anyway, we'll go back for a 30-second timeout. James Jacobs with a dunk, but we also saw one beautiful pass by Clyde Sizemore over to Bart Houck. And Ron Ellison still having a discussion with the official, Marvin Pennington, and I did not see what happened to cause that. Mullens with the basketball. Clyde Sizemore goes in the corner to to Brad House. Back out to Clyde for three. No good. Rebound. John McKinney gets it out quickly to Gary Williams. He's across midcourt behind his back. Clyde Sizemore stops him. Ray Harmon at the point. Mullens in a man-for-man. They go inside to Jay McKinney. Goes up from 12. He hits it. 10-2. Pineville on top. And they drop out of their press. They stole their first pass. Mullens threw in. And after that, Clyde Sizemore absolutely had no problem with the press. Mullens with the basketball, working around the perimeter. Clyde Sizemore over on the left side. It goes to Brad Houck, and he hits it from about 15 feet. 10-4. 6:19 remain. Gary Williams on the left side. Lobs it in to Jacob. Jacob puts it off the glass. Nice pass there from Gary Williams to James Jacobs. And Jacobs, with his 6'6" frame, had no problem banking it off the glass. 12-4. Pineville with the 8-point lead. Mullens with the basketball. Over on the left side, Tommy Webb goes up. No good. Ray Harmon with a long rebound. And Clyde Sizemore steals the pass. Clyde's going down the left, lays it up. And John McKinney makes a sensational block. And down floor to Gary Williams. He penetrates, goes up. No good. And we have a foul. John McKinney just made a sensational block on Clyde Sizemore's left. Grabbed the basketball, but then there was a foul underneath as Pineville tried to score.
Personal fouls on number 22 of Pineville. Jay McKinney, his first, team foul number 1 against Pineville.
Pineville back in a 2-1-2 zone. And Clyde Sizemore walks the ball across the floor, the half court. Gives it over on the left wing to Brad Houck. Back to Clyde, over to Bart. Bart from 15, no good. And Jay McKinney rebounds. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And Pineville hasn't missed many shots. Ray Harmon with the basketball. Works over on the right side to John. John goes inside to Jacobs and knocked away. Ball still loose, and it hits the back of the support. And it will go over to the Mullens Rebels. Good quick hands that time by the Rebels to get the basketball away from Jacobs, because if he could have gotten his hands on it, it was a dunk. Clyde Sizemore, he'll run the offense. Gives the basketball over to Mark Sizemore. Back over on the left side. Nice fake by Tommy Webb. And he lays it up from the left side. Made a beautiful fake. Had a Pineville kid off his feet and then took to the left side and laid it in. 12-6. Pineville with a 6-point lead. Jacobs with the basketball. And he walks.
Well, that's one thing you don't get over on these officials, because in the first game, I think about 10 or 15 of the turnovers by the two teams were walking, and you just don't get that on Ray Vest and Mark Pennington.
Well, that was the first one we've seen tonight, and James Jacobs did walk. He scooted both feet before he dribbled. 12-6. Mullens with a chance to cut this thing to 4. Clyde Sizemore back to the point. Back over, way over, outside jumper, no good. Long rebound, Ray Harmon down the floor to Gary Williams. Gary puts a move, lays it up, and there's a foul. Ray Harmon saw Gary Williams out in front of the back, gave him a nice lead pass, and then there was a foul as he went in for the layup.
The personal foul was on number 30, Mark Sidemore. His first, team foul number 3 at the line will be number 24, Gary Williams for Pineville. He'll be shooting 2 shots.
Gary Williams, a senior, 6 foot, averaging 73% from the foul line, and averaging 14 points a game. Pineville in their gold uniform with maroon trim. Mullens in their blue with gray trim. Gary's foul shot rolls around and out. So he'll be shooting the second of the 2-shot foul. Gary aims, ball's up, and it's good. 13-6, a 7-point lead for the Minutemen with 4:39 here in the first quarter remaining. Clyde Sizemore, he's the senior. Over on the left side, it goes to Brad Houck. Back to Brad. Brad in the corner. Back out to Sizemore. On the point to Mark Sizemore. Right side goes to Brad Houck. Mark Sizemore on the point. Penetrates. Clyde Sizemore for 3. And it's good. Clyde Sizemore barely off the left side of the key. He nails a 3-pointer. So now it's a 4-point ball game. 13-9. And Ray Harmon picked up his dribble too quick, and he took an extra step. And they called walking on him. So the basketball will go over to the Rebels, and they have a chance to cut it down even more now. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Brad Houck up with a long jumper, no good. Rebound, Jacobs. Long pass down floor to Jay McKinney. Jay takes it all the way, lays it up, and it's good. He had Gary Williams, but he made a fake and then took it all the way, laid it up and scored. 15-9. Pineville with 6-point lead. Mullens with the basketball. Over on the left wing, it goes to Brad Houck. In the corner to Webb. Webb makes the fake inside. Clyde Sizemore for 3. In and out. Jacob rebounds. Quickly out in the hands of Ray Harmon. And a beautiful defensive play there by the Clyde Sizemore caused him to walk. And then there's words now being issued out between a bunch of people. Basketball being worked around. They go inside the web. He makes a quick move. He goes up. No, they're calling walking. And it's starting to be a physical ball game as both teams are starting to talk to each other a little bit on the floor. Fred Hatfield's checked in for Pineville. Gary Williams will run the point. Over on the right side to John McKinney. Inside to Jay. Jay goes up. Off the glass. In and out. Rebound there by Bart Houck. The senior grabs it. Gives it over quickly to Mark Sizemore. Beautiful pass from Mark Sizemore to Brad Houck. And Brad Houck lays it up and scores. That was a beautiful play there by Mark Sizemore. Gary Williams penetrates. Goes up. And that's his favorite play. He penetrates to his left. Hangs in the air and shoots it with his right wrist. 17-11. Pineville now with a 6-point lead. Mullens with the basketball. 2:50 remaining in the first quarter. Brad Houck on the left side. Goes in the corner to Webb. Back to the point to Clyde Sizemore. Brad Houck from the deep left wing, and he hits it, but it's only two. He was barely inside the line. So it's 17-13. Both teams playing good basketball. Pineville with it. Gary Williams runs the offense. Over in the left corner, it goes to Jay McKinney. Takes the baseline. Misses a shot. Being fought for. And a rebound by Mark Sizemore, and they have a foul on one of the Minutemen. Mark Sizemore had good position and got the rebound.
Jay McKinney, his second team foul.
With 2:28 to go, Bob Stewart decides to pull him out. He has 2 fouls. And of course, he is the outside sharpshooter for Bob Stewart and his Minutemen. Pineville now in a 1-3-1, and Clyde Sizemore quickly picks up on it and changes the offense. It's going to be a 2-guard front now. In the corner to Webb. Webb back out to Clyde. Over on the far side to Brad Houck. Deep corner, Mark Sizemore, and he walks. No argument from the Mullens coaches that time. He just took off without dribbling. And Pineville quickly down the floor. Mullens still in there man-for-man. Fred Hatfield with the basketball. Down in the deep right corner, Gary Williams. Back to the point to Harmon. Over on the right side to Gary. Gary lobs it inside to Jacob. And Jacob looked for a foul, but they didn't give it to him. And it goes off his hands, so it'll be Mullens basketball. 17-13, a 4-point lead for Pineville. And Clyde Sizemore wants to cut this lead even more. Over on the right side to Brad Houck. Brad goes in the corner to Mark Sizemore. Goes up for 3. No good. Way off the mark. And Pineville quickly, Fred Hatfield with it. Gary Williams back to Ray Harmon, lays it up. Too hard, no good, and we have a foul on the rebound. Beautiful pass, Gary Williams to Ray Harmon, but he was going so quick he couldn't quite get under control.
Personal foul number 32 of Pineville, James Jacobs, his first team foul number 3 on Pineville, Bob.
The officials are keeping this one close. They know the Pineville Mullens rival great. Inside it goes to Webb. Webb goes up from 15. No good. He gets his rebound, puts it up, and scores. Good hustle there by the sophomore, 6'4", Tommy Webb. And now it's a 2-point game, 17-15. Ray Harmon with the basketball. John McKinney inside to Gary Williams, and there's a foul.
Personal fouls on number 14 of Mullens, Clyde Sizemore, his second. Team foul number 4 against Mullens. The bonus will be in effect on the next common foul by Mullens.
Pineville will have the basketball underneath their own basket, and that is the goal when you first walk into the Pineville gym. We're located here in the press box. Ray Harmon in the corner. Gary Williams, they go inside to Jacobs. It's knocked away. And Mullens must have knocked it out of bounds. No foul. Mullens simply knocked the ball out of bounds. And Pineville's having a hard time getting it in bounds. Fred Hatfield has it. Over to Harmon. Back to John McKinney. They try to go inside. Tommy Webb anticipated the pass well, and he stole it. And Mullens has the basketball with a minute to go in the first quarter, and they can tie it. And they go into Webb from 15. No good. Jacobs up high. Gets the rebound. And Ray Harmon. I hate to see that foul called. Clyde Sizemore did not mean. He slid and barely caught Harmon's ankle, and it did trip him a little bit, but they called a foul anyway.
Personal fouls on number 14 of Mullens, Clyde Sizemore, his third, team foul number 5. Coach Ellison will have to go to the bench and bring in number 24, Danny McKinney. At the line for Pineville will be number 12, the point guard for Pineville, Ray Harmon, shooting the bonus.
Well, I hate to see that. It is a foul, but it was... Well, anyway, he has his third one. Shots up for Ray, and it's good. And it's physical underneath the basket, even on the foul shots. When I say physical, it's just good body pushing. Shots up, no good. Rebound by the Rebels. Gary Williams steals it. Goes up from 15 and nails it. Gary Williams. Pineville quickly jumps to the press. It's 20 to 15. Mark Sizemore beating the press. And we have a foul. And Bob Stewart's a little upset. And Fred Hatfield's shocked that they called a foul on Fred Hatfield.
First of foul on number 30, Pineville, Fred Hatfield. His first team foul number 4, so Mullens will go to the bonus on the next common foul committed by the Minutemen.
20 to 15, a 5-point lead for the Minutemen Rebels with the basketball. Brad Houck at the point, goes inside to Tommy Webb, over to Mark Sizemore, deep right corner, no good. Fred Hatfield rebounds, lob pass down floor to Ray Harmon. Ray all the way across to John McKinney. John goes up, misses it. Basketball is loose and in the hands of the Rebels. Brad Houck pulls up, goes over to Danny McKinney on the left side. Back on the point to Brad Houck. Pineville in a 1-3-1. In the corner to Mark Sizemore. Back out to Houck, back over to Danny McKinney. He fakes the shot. Over to Brad Houck, in the corner to Mark Sizemore. Mark makes the fake, but he walks again. And Mark Sizemore has to realize that he is walking. Ron Elson's trying to explain to him. 5 seconds to go. It's 20 to 15, a three-pointer by John McKinney off the back. Jacobs rebound, goes up. But there's a foul, and there's no time on the clock, but the horn did not sound. And Jacobs will go to the foul line. And it'll be 1-1, so we'll keep it here. Jacobs on the foul line, shooting 1-1. And Tim will give you a foul here in a moment. First shot up, and it's good. 21 to 15, Pineville with a 6-point lead.
The personal foul is on number 30, Mark Sizemore, his second team foul number 6.
And the second foul was good. So at the end of the first quarter, the score reads Pineville 22, Mullens 15. Let's go back to your South County Sports Network, C92 Sports. As Pineville jumped out to a 7-point lead, the Rebels had it to 2. Pineville quickly jumped in and pressed. Gary Williams making a great steal and hitting a 15-foot jumper. And with James Jacobs hitting 2 shots there right before the end of the quarter, Pineville has a 7-point lead. John McKinney has the basketball, goes over to Ray Harmon from 15, in and out, rebound brought down by Brad Houck. And the junior at 6'1" has gotten some rebounds, gives the basketball to Danny McKinney, it's up for 3, and the sophomore hits it. Ron Ellison says he may be one of his best outside shooters, the sophomore, Danny McKinney for 3. 22-18, a 4-point lead. They lob it inside, knocked away by Tommy Webb, and Webb's on the attack, going down the floor, makes a move. There's a whistle and a foul.
Personal foul's on number 12 of Pineville, Ray Harmon. His first team foul number 5. At the line for Mullens will be number 42, Tommy Webb. He'll be shooting the bonus. He has 4 points tonight.
Well, every call, the crowd reacts, good or bad, depends on which way the foul is called. And Tommy Webb, the sophomore, 6'4", he'll be on the line. It's up, and it's good. 22 to 19. Pineville will jump out 7. Mullens will cut it down. 7.5 minutes. We just got underway here in the second quarter. Webb's second shot up and good. Tommy Webb, the big sophomore. It's a 2-point game once again. Gary Williams will run the point. John McKinney has the basketball. Goes over to Gary Williams. Gary makes the move, penetrates all the way up, lays it up and in. The senior, he's having a good night off that left side. Pineville quickly gets in the press. They get it in the hands of Brad Houck. Brad over to the left side to Tommy Webb. Beautiful play there by Brad Houck to Tommy Webb, and Webb scores 24-22. Pineville, a 2-point lead. John McKinney with the basketball. Lobs it inside to John. John goes up, and he scores. Nice lob pass from Jay McKinney to John, and John scores. Pineville quickly in their press. Brad Houck gets by the first trap, all the way down the floor. And the Rebels, beautiful passing. That was Bart Houck that scored, but there was 2 beautiful passes by the Rebels. And the Rebels having little problem with this press. John McKinney, Jay McKinney from the left wing, and it's good for 3. Jay McKinney way over on the left wing. He nails it. 29-24, a 5-point game. 6.5 minutes. Pineville in a 1-3, no. Pineville in a man-for-man. Jacob knocks the ball loose. Webb picks it up, goes up from about 15, and he nails it. 29-26. This may be another shady 101-98, but these teams are playing. Gary Williams all the way, up and in. Gary Williams, he's having no problem beating his man. He took it all the way from the top of the lane and scored. 31-26. Brad Howe from the top of the lane. Barely, he was on the line. It was only good for 2. 31-28. Pineville with a 3-point lead in the basketball. Gary Williams penetrates back over to Fred Hatfield. Fred Hatfield from 16. No good. Basketball brought down by Bart Houck. Bart gets it over to Brad. Brad pulls up from 16. He nails it. Brad Houck, the juniors, hit 2 in a row. And it's 31-30. And Pineville wants the timeout. So with 5:36 remaining, Mullens 30, Pineville 31. Let's go back to your South County Sports Network, C92. Welcome back to Pineville High School. Bob Gunner along with Tim Clay, and the Mullens-Pineville game is hot and heavy and full of action. 31-30. Pineville with a 1-point lead and the basketball. Gary Williams over to Jay McKinney on the left side. Tries to go inside, and the pass goes astray, and it'll go over to the Rebels. And the Rebels has their chance to take their first lead of the night. Mark Sizemore goes inside to Brad Houck. Brad goes up and scores. Bart Houck. And Bart Houck scores from the baseline. And it's a 32-31 ball game. Mullens with a 1-point lead. Pineville with the basketball. They go inside. It's knocked away, and we have a foul. And there was a lot of fouls, and now things slow down, and we have another foul here on a Rebel.
The personal foul was called on number 40 in Mullens. Bart Houck, his second, team foul number 7. At the line will be number 22, Mr. Automatic, Jay McKinney. Jay has a total of 9 points. Bob, that makes 3 people from Mullens that has 2 or more fouls. Could be a problem for Coach Ellison on down the road in this contest.
Well, Jay McKinney hits the first one of a 1-and-1. It's a tie ball game. 5:06 remaining in the second quarter. And Jay bounces the ball twice, shoots in and out. Rebound knocked around, pulled down by Tommy Webb. Out to Mark Sizemore. He's on the right side. Goes in the middle. He goes up, no good, tipped up, no good. Tommy Webb puts it back up and scores. The Rebels completely dominated the boards that time. Bart Houck misses the first, but Tommy Webb puts it back up and scores. Fred Hatfield with the basketball. They look inside. It goes to Jay McKinney. Moves, goes up from 12, and he hits it. And we have a foul. The basket will count, I believe, but there was a foul, and I believe it's going to be on the big man, Jacobs.
The personal foul was called on number 32 of Pineville, James Jacobs. His second, team foul number 6. Give Jay McKinney credit for the basket. We'll go to the other end, number 10, Brad Houck, who has 10 points. Will go to the line for a 1-and-1 bonus.
4:39 here in the second quarter, and Carlos Bishop is going to check in the ball game. And he's a big, strong kid. And Jacobs will go over. He picked up a second foul. I think Bobber just wants to talk to him, find out what he was doing to get that foul. On the foul line for Mullens will be Brad Houck, the junior, and he's played a super first half. And Mullens goes back to a 1-point lead, 35-34. Brad Houck, second shot up, and it's good. It's a 2-point lead for the Rebels, the biggest they've had here tonight. And Gary Williams with the basketball. Moves it over to Fred Hatfield. Five will run in a shuffle. And we have a whistle underneath. And it's going to be on one of the Rebels.
The personal foul will be on number 10 of Mullens. Brad Houck, his first team foul, number 8, is guarding Jay McKinney a little too close there when he comes across the middle. Jay will be shooting the bonus. Jay has a total of 12 points tonight.
Well, Mullens has a good game plan. They're trying to use their weight to keep this much lighter Pineville team under control. And Carlos Bishop with a big rebound, misses the shot, grabs the rebound again, and we have a 3-second violation. Carlos Bishop did a good job rebounding, got in trouble, passed over to Jay, and it's a 3-second violation. And it's a 36-34 ball game. Mullens with a 2-point lead and the basketball. They go in to Bart Houck. Bart goes up. And he missed the shot, but there's a foul. And it's going to be on one of the Minutemen.
The personal foul will be on number 10, John McKinney, his first. Team foul number 7. Going to the line to shoot the bonus will be number 42, Tommy Webb from Mullens. Tommy's come on here in the second quarter to score 8 points. He has 12 altogether.
4:16 remaining. Tommy Webb will be at the line. He's a big, strong sophomore. Shooting 1 and 1. Jacobs back in the ball game for Pineville. Shots up and good. 37-34. The Mullens crowd's been standing most of the game. Second shot up. No good, and Jacobs was high for the rebound. Gary Williams with the basketball. Over on the left side to Jay McKinney. Goes to the baseline, lays it up, and there's a foul. And I'm talking, there's a lot of contact every time the ball's even moved. And this time it will be on a Rebel.
The personal foul will be on number 10, Brad Houck, his second, team foul number 9. That gives Mullens a total of 4 players with 2 or more fouls. At the line will be number 22, Jay McKinney. Jay has a total of 12 points.
Well, it's been a physical game, and I'm sure Coach Ellison wanted to be that way, but fouls are mounting up. He has a 3-point lead, but he can't afford to get in too much foul trouble. And Jay McKinney will be on the foul line for the Pineville Minutemen. 4:07 remaining here in the second quarter. Shots up, and it's good. He shoots better than 77% from the foul line for the year. Second shot up, and good. It's a 1-point ball game. Mullens up by 1, 37-36, and they have the basketball. Coach Ellison giving 4. They're going to go 4 corners. They want Pineville to come out man for man. And his ball club's in foul trouble. It's a smart move here. When you get in heavy foul trouble, you want to try to get through the second quarter. Pineville putting a little bit of pressure on the basketball. Mullens working the ball around the perimeter. Danny McKinney has it. Back out to Brad Houck. Brad over on the right side to Mark Sizemore. Pineville staying in on 1-3-1, just putting a little pressure on them. Pineville's is behind by 1, so they have to play basketball. Goes inside to Webb. Nice play there. Brad Houck made a beautiful pass. He got the ball inside and threw it to a wide-open Tommy Webb, and he scored. Nice play there by the Rebels. Gary Williams penetrates. So it's 39-36, but there's going to be a foul on another Rebel.
The personal foul will be on number 40, Bart Houck, his third. The center for Coach Ellison getting his third foul at the line will be number 40, Carlos Bishop. Coach Ellison going to have to make a decision here.
Well, Ron Ellison decided he better talk to his ball club because they're getting in heavy foul problems. So with 3:14 remaining in the second quarter, it's Mullens 39, Pineville 36. Let's go back to your South County Sports Network. Pineville Mullens, and Mullens with a 3-point lead, Tim.
I tell you, this is nothing that's indicative of the first game. Mullens going into halftime had a 3-point lead up there, Bob. So this is the way it's went. The rebounds are starting to even out. Pineville, the much taller team, had 11 there in the first quarter, only to 5. Now it is 10 to 11.
Carlos Bishop, the senior, he's on the foul line. Shots up, and it's good. Nothing but net. Beautiful shot there by the senior, Carlos Bishop. His first year of basketball at 6'3", 210 pounds. Second shot up. In and out. Rebound. Mark Sizemore says a 2-point ball game. 3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Mullens has the basketball. Pineville in a 1-3-1. Webb with the basketball. Back out to Houck. Houck tries to go inside, knocked away. Mark Sizemore picks it up. Ball's on the floor, and we have a jump ball. And I mean, people went on the floor after the basketball. Mark Sizemore and Carlos Bishop. Both sides screaming at the officials. And I think both sides were right. There was a walk and there was a foul, but they called nothing. Jay McKinney just knocked the basketball away. And Mark Sizemore getting some directions from Coach Ellison and Frank Harrison, the assistant coach. They go inside to Webb. Webb loses the basketball to Gary Williams. And Williams on a break over to Harmon. Harmon bounces, puts it up, and scores. Nice play there from the senior Gary Williams to a fast-breaking Ray Harmon. And it's all tied up, 39-39. Brad Houck with the basketball. He's running the point over to Danny McKinney. He walks back to the point. Pineville putting some pressure outside. Carlos Bishop on Webb. Webb penetrates, goes up. No good. Gary Williams rebounds. Here comes the Minutemen. Williams with the basketball. Tries to give it over to Jay McKinney, but it was kicked out of bounds. A quick reaction there by Mark Sizemore. So Pineville will have the basketball. Randy Hurst has checked in for the Rebels. 6'5". And Ron Ellison looking at some heavy foul problems here early in the game. Pineville with the basketball. Ray Harmon over to Jay McKinney. He takes the baseline. Gets in trouble. Back out to Ray on the point. Over to Gary. 16-footer by Williams, and he nails it. Gary Williams, a hot hand here. Playing, like always, a super game. And Brad Houck will have the basketball for the Rebels, and Pineville takes back the lead, 41-39. Mark Sizemore on the point to Houck. Over to McKinney on the left side. He walks it down. Back out to the point to Brad Houck. Brad holds up a closed fist. McKinney breaks out in the corner. Back to Houck. Over to Mark Sizemore. 15-footer. No good. Jay McKinney rebounds. Brings the basketball across midcourt. Behind his back. Back out to the point to Ray Harmon. Ray on the right side. The Bishop. He loses it. And Danny McKinney picks it up for the Rebels. Carlos Bishop couldn't quite hold on to it. And Danny McKinney quickly grabs it. 2-point lead for Pineville, but the Rebels have the basketball. They go in the Webb. And he steps out of bounds. Tommy Webb, for a sophomore, has a real good first hook with that right arm. If you watch him, he does a good job hooking the defensive player and taking the baseline. That time he just stepped out of bounds. 1:27 remaining here before half. Pineville with a 2-point lead and the basketball. The Rebels, they're in a 1-3-1. Gary Williams with the basketball over to Harmon. Harmon goes up from 16, and it's good. He's been left open by the Rebels. And if he starts hitting that shot, that's going to cause a lot of problems for Ron Ellison and his Mullens Rebels. 4-point lead for Pineville. Mullens with the basketball. Webb in the deep left corner. Back up on the left wing to the point. Back to McKinney. McKinney goes up for three, and it's good. Danny McKinney, the little sophomore. Oh, they called it two. Excuse me. I thought it was a three-pointer. Jay McKinney lobs it in to Carlos Bishop. And it's knocked out of bounds. It will belong to Pineville. 40-40.
That was a three-pointer. I was mentioning to you that was his second.
Oh, okay, I thought it was. Pineville inbounds. It's 43-42. Jay McKinney for three from the left side. No good. Tommy Webb, excellent position. He rebounds. 40 seconds. Ron Ellison, Frank Harrison screaming, play for one. 43-42. A 1-point lead. Webb didn't see it. He puts it up, and he... Ron Ellison took a deep breath of sigh there because he wanted to play for one, and Webb hits it. But Tommy Webb never saw a play for one sign. Jay McKinney, Pineville's going to play for one. Gary Williams goes into Jacob. Jacob from 14, in and out, tip up, no good, tip again, no good. Jacob rebounds, goes up. And they call him for one. Now the kid didn't. Of course, Bob Stewart went bananas. 10 seconds. Mullens with the basketball. Over to McKinney, in the corner to Webb. Webb from... Good! And that's the end of the first half with the Mullens Rebels getting out to a 3-point lead. 46-43. I repeat, the Mullens Rebels on the hot shooting air from Tommy Webb in the deep corner. It's Mullens, 46. Welcome back to Pineville High School. It's a 46-43 three-point lead for the Mullens Rebels, and Ron Ellison and Frank Harrison have done a good job getting their team ready. Of course, Bob Stewart, he has to have his team ready every ball game because they're ranked #1. Mullens starts out in a man-for-man. Jacobs with the basketball on the foul line. Gives it over to John McKinney on the right side. Jay breaks through, gets up a 10-footer, in and out, rebound by Gary Williams. Gary Williams is only 5'10", 5'11", but he can jump well, and that was a big offensive rebound to start the third quarter of the second half. 46-45, the Rebels with the basketball. They're looking at a 1-3-1. Mark Sizemore from 10, no good. Jacobs up high, the rebound. Ray Harmon with the basketball over on the right side to Jay McKinney. Jay back out to Harmon. Lob on the baseline to John McKinney. Beautiful pass by Ray Harmon to John McKinney. And John lays it up and scores. He went clear through the Rebel defense to find John McKinney open on the baseline. 47-46, a one-point lead for the Minutemen, but the Rebels with the basketball. Brad Houck over to Danny McKinney. Danny goes inside to Mark Sizemore. It's knocked away, but Tommy Webb picks it up, and Jacobs blocks it. Mark Sizemore picks it up, and he misses, but then Tommy Webb or Mark Sizemore tipped it in, and there was a foul. Let's wait and see what the officials say. Basket is good, and the foul is on a Minuteman.
Team foul #1.
Tommy Webb's played a great game down on that baseline. Has a very good quick move, and he hits that foul shot. So the Rebels back up to a 2-point lead, 49-47. We just started the third quarter. Ray Harmon, nice pass into John McKinney. It was pass and go by McKinney and Harmon, and John McKinney will get the basket, and Ray Harmon the assist. That's twice they've teamed up here in the third quarter. 49-49, and this is a good one. Danny McKinney back out to Brad Houck. Brad goes up from way outside, and it's good for three. Brad Houck, the junior, nails it for three, and that's a 52-49. Pineville with the basketball. Jay McKinney has it knocked away by Clyde Sizemore. He's got a layup. He lays it up and scores. The biggest lead of the game for the Rebels. 54-49, a 5-point lead. 6:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Pineville goes inside, and there's a foul. John McKinney threw a nice pass into James Jacobs, breaking across the foul lane, and there was a foul.
The personal foul will be on Tommy Webb, number 42 of Mullens, his first team foul #1 here in the second half. So he's not in foul trouble as he usually is in the first half.
Pineville gets the basketball. Ray Harmon on the point. Mullens in a man-for-man, and they're playing way off of Harmon. Gary Williams has it, penetrates, goes up from 10, and he hits it. Gary Williams has played a super ball game all night. He's hit some crucial shots and got some big rebounds. 54-51, a 3-point lead for the Rebels. They're looking at a 2-1-2. Gary Williams kicks the basketball away. Brad Houck tried to get a pass over to Danny McKinney. Gary Williams got a foot on it. Mullens will have the basketball. And a 3-point lead. Over to Clyde Sizemore. Back to Brad Houck. Over on the right side to Danny McKinney. He goes inside to Mark Sizemore. Puts up a shot, and he hits it. Mark Sizemore had people all around him, but he got the basketball up and scored. 5-point lead for the Rebels. 56-51. Ray Harmon to John McKinney. He's on the foul line. And we have a foul. And there's no basket, but the foul was away from the basketball, and it was definitely before the shot.
The foul spot on number 24, Mullens. Danny McKinney, his first team foul #2. Pineville inbound under their own basket to the far end of the court.
Gary Williams gets the pass, goes up from 15, people all around him, gets his own rebound, good hustle, goes back up with 10, no good. Mark Sizemore rebound. Quickly in the hands of Clyde Sizemore. Clyde moves, beautiful bounce pass over to Brad Houck. Clyde Sizemore, he hit a nice one that time, and Gary Williams with the basketball. A 7-point lead for the Rebels. Jay McKinney makes a fake, goes to John on the baseline. John puts it up and scores from about 8 feet. Beautiful passing there from Jay McKinney to John, and John scores. 58-53. Both ball clubs are making some beautiful passes tonight. Mullens with the basketball over on the left side. Back to the right, Danny McKinney. Clyde Sizemore on a point over on the left wing. It goes to Brad Houck. He goes into Mark Sizemore from 12. Rolls around, no good. And John McKinney clears the boards. And Gary Williams has the basketball. Ray Harmon on the point. Gives it over to Williams on the left wing. Jacobs wide open. He goes up, misses it. Fight for the rebound, and Mark Sizemore gets it for the Rebels. and marches down the floor, pulls up, gives it over to Clyde Sizemore. Clyde goes up in the left wing, and it's good. A hot shooting Rebel ball club here in the third quarter. It's 60-53, a 7-point lead, and Pineville wants a timeout. So with 4:17 left here in the third quarter, it's Mullens 60, Pineville 53. Welcome back to Pineville High School, and Pineville has the basketball, and they're down by 7. Gary Williams with the basketball. Over on the point to Jay McKinney. Jay penetrates, goes up from 15, and they're going to hit him. And there's going to be both officials are discussing. One said a charge, one said blocking. And I believe they're going to call a double foul. We're listening to Marvin Pennington. Double foul. That's highly unusual, but we've just seen it. And it's going to be, give us the two athletes.
The double foul was called on number 20, Randy Mullens, and that will be his first. Kenny got the other one. That will be his third. So, wow.
Now they're discussing about, it will be Mullens basketball underneath the basket. Mullens with a 7-point lead and the basketball.
Or a bonus, but now they gave that away and they called a jump ball to give it to the team with possession.
And the Rebels have the error and the basketball. 60-53. And Clyde Sizemore, the senior, will run the offense. Over to Mark Sizemore. They lob it in to Bart Hout. Bart goes up, in and out. Rebound brought down by James Jacobs. Gives it over to the junior Harmon. Harmon quickly down to Jay McKinney in the right corner. Back out to Harmon. Over to Williams. Williams lobs it in to Jacobs. Jacobs from 12. No good. Attempt put up and in by Jay McKinney. And Jay McKinney was up high in the air that time. And Ron Ells is a little upset because they didn't screen him off. 60-55, 3.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarters. The Rebels with a 5-point lead and the basketball. Mark Sizemore on the point, gives it back up to Clyde. Clyde Sizemore being guarded by Ray Harmon. Gives it over to Brad Hout. He almost loses it. And the Rebels has the basketball. They give it into Clyde. Clyde goes up. And he makes the layup. What a layup. And there's a foul. And it's going to be on Jacobs, and that's a big foul. Clyde Sizemore, the senior, 5'9", went in with the trees, snuck it in and was fouled.
Personal foul number. To the line to shoot the one-shot foul and trying to complete the three-point play.
3:19 remaining. It's a 62-55 ball game, and Clyde Sizemore makes it an 8-point lead, 63-55, and that's the biggest lead for the Rebels. Ray Harmon with the basketball, looking at a 1-3-1 by the Rebels. Over to Jay McKinney. Jay back to Gary on the left wing. Back to Jay. Jay goes up with a long three-pointer. No good. The basketball on the floor, and it's picked up by Brad Hout. And Clyde Sizemore will have it. And we have 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Pineville in a man-for-man. Mullens trying to spread them out. They think they're a little bit quicker. Gary Williams knocks it away. Mark Sizemore picks it up. Nice pass over to Bart Hout, and he scores. Mark Sizemore to Bart Hout, and that's a beautiful play. Point lead. To Harmon. Harmon. 3. And Fred Hatfield will be checking in for the Minutemen, and that's a big foul there on Tommy Webb.
The personal foul will be on number 42 of Mullens. Tommy Webb is second, team foul number 4. And the bonus will be in effect for Pineville on the next common foul by Mullens.
Pineville with the basketball. John McKinney goes in the corner to Jay. Jay goes up, and we have a foul. And I'm going to tell you, I think it was a missed call there, but they hit one of the Rebels with a foul.
The personal foul will be on number 40, Mullens. Bart Howcat will be his 4th, team foul number 5. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be number 22, Jay McKinney. Jay has a total of 16 points tonight.
For Ron Ellison, that 4th foul on Bart Hout could be crucial. Bart has to come out of the ball game. He's done a good job for Ron Ellison and his Rebels tonight. And Mr. Automatic, Jay McKinney, he's on the line. Shots up and good. Jay, that's his 17th point tonight. He's averaging well at 28, probably more than 28 now. I haven't figured it up lately. Second shot up, and it's good. So it's back to 8 points, 65-57, 2.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And Clyde Sizemore has the basketball, and he'll run the offense for Ron Ellison and his Rebels. Ray Harmon picks him up at the top of the key. They give it up to Mark Sizemore. Mark goes to the basket, passes over to Danny McKinney, gets away. Foul. Danny McKinney got caught in a bad position, and the only thing he could do was sort of push him or grab him.
24 Mullens. Team foul number 6, and like you said, Bob, we have guard a 6'6". James has a total of 8 points.
James Jacobs on the foul line. First shot up and good. Jacobs averaging 20 points a game, and the Rebels have shut him down well here tonight. 65-58, a 7-point lead for Mullens, and Jacobs can cut it to 6. Shots up, in and out. Rebound, Tommy Webb. Tommy gives it over to Clyde. Clyde's coming hard, but he holds up the top of the key. These Rebels have had a good game plan, and they've played Pineville tough. In fact, they have a 7-point lead. That's real tough. Mark Sizemore works the basketball, goes inside, and we have a whistle. And Fred Hatfield had on Tommy Webb, Mark Sizemore, and Mark Sizemore with the basketball, gives it in to Clyde. Clyde Sizemore being guarded by Ray Harmon. Makes a move, moves to his right, passes off in the right corner to Danny McKinney. Back out to a minute 45 remaining. With a 7 and basketball. They're running, trying to pick up easy, putting pressure on. They go inside to Mark Sizemore. A jumper, no good. John McKinney rebounds. Mark Sizemore square the rim, and John McKinney rebounds. Jay McKinney goes inside to John. Stolen by has the basketball, coming down hard. He makes the move, has it knocked away, and lead if he can shot. Had it, lost it, went out to the Rebels basketball. First one as you walk into the gym. Brad gives it up to there by the Rebels. Brad Houck to Tommy Webb. Webb back to Brad Houck, and he scores. Beautiful play. And Pineville with the basketball, and they're hitting the Rebels with a foul. Coach Ellison, Coach happy.
Personal foul. Rebels 32, James Jacobs. Has a total of 9 points. He'll be shooting the 1-and-1.
Jacobs on the foul line. Shots up and good. It's a 67-59 ball game. 8-point lead for the Rebels. And there's 1 minute left. Basketball. Wyoming County. And there he makes that one. So it's a 7-point lead. Pineville quickly in a press. Brad Houck with the basketball, moving hard down to the floor. He gets it across. He pulls it up. Clyde Sizemore will have the basketball. Gives it over to Brad Houck on the left side. Brad brings it to the point. He's left open, goes up to 15, and he nails it. Big shot there by the junior, 6'1", 69-60. A 9-point lead. Gives the basketball over to Jay McKinney. Back over to Harmon. Harmon back to Jay. Jay makes a fake, goes up from 15, and it's good. Jay McKinney, and Pineville jumps in the press. Brad Houck with the basketball. Long pass down floor, and a hard collision by 2 players. And neither player meant to, but it was a foul on Ray Harmon, but they collided hard. In fact, Clyde Sizemore's still down, but there was nothing foul about the play except he went for the basketball. Neither player saw each other. And Fred Hatfield will be checking in for Pineville. They're still checking Clyde Sizemore. And we're have Butch McNeely with us here. And we're waiting. I think, is that Mr. and Mrs. Sizemore on the floor checking their son? Yeah. So we're glad to see them here. I don't believe he's hurt bad. It's 69-62 with 23 seconds. Dr. Mike Mascara is here. He's out now. Pineville jumped in a full-court press. They made a long pass to half-court, and Ray Harmon anticipated the pass, and Clyde Sizemore was going to meet it, and they collided. Tim?
Like you said, there's nothing bad about that. Ray got up slowly, but I believe they banged heads maybe a little bit. Maybe Ray caught him with maybe his chin into the temple area. Ray jumped up, and then Mark Sizemore went over to see if Ray was hurt. Then Ray come over to see if Clyde was hurt. Great rival, great sportsmanship. That's what you want to see out of these ball clubs, Bob. Anytime that you see that happening, it just tickles everyone to death, especially me, because I like to see that sportsmanship.
Well, Clyde's up. He's on the end of the bench. He's just going to regain his composure a little bit, so Ron Ellison will put someone in to shoot the foul shot. And he'll have to put somebody off his bench, and Danny was already in the game, I believe. But so it's going to be Bart Hout, the 6'2" senior. He'll be on the foul line. And they're checking him in now, so he'll go to the foul line shooting a 1-on-1. 69-62, a 7-point lead for the Rebels. In fact, Bart was still a little confused. He didn't know he was shooting. Now he's on the foul line. 1-1. Basket's up and good. I should say the basketball's up and it's good. 70-62, and Clyde Sizemore already made his way back down to Coach Ellison, and he's ready to show back up here. Second shot in and good. It rolled around and fell through. It's a 9-point lead with 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Gary Williams, Ray Harmon, back to Williams. Williams to Harmon, over to Fred Hatfield. Long pass in to Jacobs, gets off the backboard. Gary Williams picks it up, lays it up, and bounces out. Big rebound by Mark Sizemore. And there's 5 seconds remaining. And he makes the move to his right, goes all the way, goes up from 17, and it's good! And that ends the third quarter. Mark Sizemore nails a big shot from the right side from about 17. So at the end of the third quarter, the score reads the Mullens Rebels 73, the Pineville Minutemen 62. Let's go back to your South County 11th ranked Mullens Rebels. They're trying to knock off the number 1 ranked Pineville Minutemen. And right now they're doing it with an 11-point lead. But this Pineville team, they've been known as the fourth quarter miracle team, and they have the basketball to start the fourth quarter, and they're down by 11. Jay McKinney for 3 from the deep left corner, no good. Basketball, Gary Williams rebounds, puts it up, no good. Jacob goes up, no good. And Brad Hout rebounds. And that may be a big rebound for the Rebels, because Pineville had 2 good opportunities and missed both of them. Clyde Sizemore tries to go inside, passes off to Tommy Webb, but he walks. Tommy Webb, that's about the 3rd time tonight he's done it. He's a good, quick athlete, has a sensational first move, but he's getting a little eager tonight. Pineville with another opportunity to cut down on this 11-point lead of the Rebels. Mullens moving good. Gary Williams for 3, no good. Rebound, Tommy Webb. And the Rebels are screening off James Jacobs well now. Brad Hout picked him off that time, so Jacobs couldn't get in the rebound. Mark Sizemore with the basketball, gives it up to Brad Hout. Brad goes away, goes up, and scores! Brad Hout, the 6'1" junior, beat his man and laid it up from the top of the key. And Clyde Sizemore steals the basketball, goes up, and it's stripped away by Ray Harmon, but there's a foul. And Clyde Sizemore will go to the line.
And the personal foul will be on number 12 of Pineville, Ray Harmon, his 4th. Team foul number 6 against Pineville. At the line will be number 14, Clyde Sizemore, shooting 2. Clyde has 9 points, but the big story is Brad Hout. Brad has 23 points so far.
Well, he's played super, and I want everyone to remember that these 2 teams will play the second game on February 27th in the tournament. And Clyde Sizemore hits that one. Ron Ellison, he said he may not get Pineville tonight, but he'd be ready by tournament time. I think he's a few weeks early. Clyde Sizemore, he'll be on the line, and it's a 14-point lead for the Rebels, the biggest of the night. Shots up, and it's good. 77-62. 6:58 to go. And Pineville, with that 3-point shooting they could have, they could get back in it quick. Jay McKinney takes the point, moves it over to Harmon, in the corner to Williams. Williams back to Harmon, back to Jay. Jay makes a fake, goes over to Fred Hatfield. Fred goes up, shot blocked. gets his rebound, puts it up and scores. Fred Hatfield had his shot rejected. It came right back to him. He picked it up and scored. Pineville looks like they're in a zone press. Half-court trap. Brad House goes into Mark Sizemore from 14, and it's good. The Rebels are not missing. 79-64. Good ball movement by the Rebels. Pineville with the basketball. They're not out of it. Gary Williams penetrates, and he's fouled. And with 6:13, the fouls can start mounting quickly.
Personal foul number 10 of Mullens. Brad House, his third, team foul number 8. At the line for Pineville will be number 24, Gary Williams. Gary has a total of 15 points.
Well, Gary Williams, he played a great first half, and he's on the foul line, and that's 15-point lead for the Rebels. These two shots are big for the Minutemen. Williams, a senior, shots up, no good. And Gary Williams is shooting around 73% from the foul line for the year. Takes a deep breath, bends his knees, bounces the basketball. Shots up, and in and out. And Tommy Webb rebounds. And Ron Ellison tells us Clyde Sizemore is to slow it up, use that clock. And it's down to 6 minutes. They go into Mark Sizemore, back over on the left wing to Brad Hout. Back to Clyde. Clyde stands there, back over to Brad. They're going to work the basketball. Clyde penetrates and backs off. Over to Mark Sizemore, back over to Clyde. Clyde all the way in the corner and through the hands of Tommy Webb. So it goes out of bounds, and Pineville gets that big turnover. And John McKinney checks in. And Fred Hatfield will move to the guard position along with Ray. Gary Williams to the bench. 5:45 remaining, a 15-point lead for the Rebels, 79-64. Fred Hatfield on the left side, lobs it into Jacobs. Jacobs has the basketball, goes all the way, and scores. Nice move there by the 6'6" senior, James Jacobs. And it's down to 13, 5.5 minutes. Mullens with the basketball. And they're in a 1-3-1 half-court trap. And the Rebels have been handling all the pressure well tonight. Ron Ells, a super press offense coach. Goes in the corner to Webb, all the way back out to Clyde Sizemore, over to Brad Hout. Brad goes in the corner to Webb. Webb all the way across the floor to Mark Sizemore. Back to Clyde Sizemore, down in the corner to Webb. He goes up from 10. No good. Rebound, John McKinney. And that was a big miss there by the Rebels. Jacobs, he wants the ball inside. Fred Hatfield from 15. It's short. Rebound, John McKinney. And he's fouled. John McKinney got the rebound, was going to go back up to score, and one of the Rebels grabbed his wrist.
Personal foul will be on number 24, Mullens. Danny McKinney, his third personal foul. At the line will be number 10, John McKinney. John has a total of 8 points. He'll be shooting the bonus 1-1.
Well, John McKinney, he's also a 77% foul shooter, and these are the big shots if you're a Pineville fan because the clock's not running. 4:50 remaining in this basketball game. John's up, and it's good, nothing but net. It's down to 12 points, and with a 3-point shot, that's not a lot of shots. He'll have one more. He can cut it to 11. Shots up. It's in and out. Basketball knocked around. Fred Hatfield picks it up. And we'll have a foul on a Mullens Rebel. Great hustle by the junior, Fred Hatfield. And another Rebel picks up the foul.
Personal foul number 30 of Mullens, Mark Sizemore, his third. At the line will be number 30, Fred Hatfield. Fred has 4 points tonight.
Fred Hatfield, he's a junior. He's shooting 75% from the foul line. And Pineville, with the clock not running, can cut this lead even more. Shots up, in and out, rebound, Tommy Webb. And that was a big one for the Rebels. And Clyde Sizemore gets it, and the coaches always puts their hands up and says, slow down. 4.5 minutes remaining in the basketball game. It's a 12-point lead for the Rebels. And Pineville missing some big fouls. Brad Hout from 15, and he hits it again. The junior has played a super basketball game tonight.
He has a total of 25 points, his best of the year so far.
25 points. They go into Jacobs. Jacobs has an easy basket, lays it up. Fred Hatfield saw him open on the baseline. Pineville is in the press. They get it down to half court. Mark Sizemore makes the move. Over on the side. It goes to Brad Hout. And they call a foul on Jacobs. And everybody from the Pineville side can't believe It's a 12-point lead for the Rebels.
Personal foul, number 32 of Pineville, James Jacobs, his fourth personal foul. Kevin Ray Harmon both now have four with 4:07 left. At the line will be number 10, Brad Houck. What a game he's having. He has a total of 25 points tonight, Bob.
Well, Brad Houck's on the foul line. The shot's up, and it's no good. In and out. And that's the first thing Brad Houck has done wrong tonight. He has played a super basketball game. Second shot up, and it's good. 82-69. It's a 3-point lead, a 13-point lead for the Rebels. Pineville with the basketball. Ray Harmon moves it over to Gary Williams. Gary back to Jay. Jay makes a move, goes up from 15, and it's good. He had Clyde Sizemore and Tommy Webb all around him, but he still hits it. Pineville quickly in the press. Almost still. Sizemore hustles, gets the basketball. Tommy Webb. He goes into side pass to Brad Houck, and Houck scores. Beautiful passing by Tommy Webb to Brad Houck. Jay McKinney with the basketball. Back out to Harmon. Over to Williams. Williams makes a fake, penetrates, goes up from 10. And we have a foul. And the foul is going to be on the Rebel as John McKinney was knocked to the floor.
Personal foul will be on number 40, Bart Houck. By my book, that will be 5 personal fouls. Bart fouls out with a total of 10 points and a dozen rebounds. They're going to miss him down the stretch with 3:33 left. At the line will be number 10, John McKinney. John has 9 points.
84-71. 3.5 minutes remaining in this basketball game. And Mullens right now looks as good as any single-A team we've seen this year. And John McKinney on the line. It's up. No good. Rebound brought down by Danny McKinney. And he's on the attack. Passes over to John Sizemore, and he scores. The Rebels are beating the Minutemen at their own game as they quickly gets the basketball out. Jay McKinney for 3 from the left side, and it's good. And if he gets hot, they can be back in it quick. Clyde Sizemore tries to penetrate, gets it down the floor. It's stolen by John McKinney, knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Pineville. 86-74. It's a 12-point game. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. And Pineville has the basketball. Gary Williams over to Jay. Jay with a long one. No good. Rebound, Tommy Webb. And Tommy Webb's had some big rebounds here in the fourth quarter. 12 points, 2:50 to go in the ball game. Pineville putting pressure. Mark Sizemore with the basketball. Gives it back up to Clyde. Clyde standing on the right side. Walks back over to the point. Gives it back to Mark. Mark moves it over. Back over to Clyde on the right side. Mullens working the clock. It's down to 2.5 minutes. Brad Houck with the basketball has it knocked away. Danny McKinney picks it up. Back to Mark Sizemore. And Mark goes in, but he was fouled back out on the right wing.
Personal foul number 22, Jay McKinney, his fourth personal foul. At the line will be Mark Sizemore. Mark has 6 points, but the big story for Mullens tonight is Brad Houck with 28 big points, Bob.
With 2:27 to go, Pineville wants a timeout. With the score, Mullens 86, Pineville 74. Let's go back to South County Sports Network. Welcome back to Pineville High School. You can see this one tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on the Wyoming cable system, and C92 is happy to have the audio. Mark Sizemore on the foul line, up and good. The Rebels have played a super basketball game here, because Pineville is not a bad basketball club, and they're down by 13 with 2:27 left. Second shot up and good. 88-74. 14-point lead for the Rebels, and Pineville has the basketball. Gary Williams has it all the way over to John McKinney. John looks inside, gives it to Jacobs. Jacobs from 15, and it's good. Jacobs has really worked on that outside jumper, and it's a 12-point game. Pineville steals the bat. No! The ball's loose, and Mark Sizemore picks it up. Passes over to Webb. Webb lays it up, and good! Webb took it to James Jacobs and got it above his big hand, and he scored. Jay McKinney from the baseline, no good. Gary Williams rebounds, puts it up and scores. 90-78, a 12-point lead. Brad Houck with the basketball, gets it down to Webb, and Webb slows it up. 1:45 to go, and there's a foul. And the foul will be on a Minuteman, and Clyde Sizemore will be shooting.
Personal foul is on number 24, Gary Williams, his first. Going to the line to shoot the bonus will be Clyde Sizemore. Clyde has a total of 14 points.
90-78. 12 points, a minute 44, and the Rebels are going to be on the foul line a lot probably here in the last minute and a half. Shots up, and it's good. The Rebels must shoot phenomenal from the foul line tonight, Tim.
2-3 quarters, they were 9 for 11 for 82%.
They're shooting quite well from the foul line, and Clyde Sizemore up, and it's good. 92-78. And Pineville quickly down the floor, over to Gary Williams. Gary back to Harmon, Jay McKinney. And there's some ice on the floor, and the officials stop the clock to remove the ice. Pineville with the basketball. They go in the corner, back out. Jay McKinney with a three-pointer, and that was from downtown Pineville, NBA style. He nailed it. And Pineville quickly getting the press. Ball's loose, but Clyde Sizemore picks it up. Over to Sizemore, lays it up, and it's good. Mark Sizemore got the bounce, and it fell through. Pineville quickly with it. Gary Williams from 17, in and out. John McKinney rebounds, puts it up, and it's good. 94-83, a minute 13. Pineville steals the basketball. And they go over to Jacobs. Jacobs dunks it. 94-85, a 9-point lead. Quickly down the floor, Rebels. Brad Houck slows it up. Pineville putting pressure on him. Jay McKinney steals the basketball. Jay down the floor, makes the move, goes over to Williams, lays it up, and scores! 45 seconds. Pineville wants a timeout. Wow, 94-87. It's a 7-point lead, and we're going to leave it here with only 46 seconds remaining in the basketball game. Pineville with 2 or 3 quick steals. Ron Ellison wants this timeout. Pineville caught it, but he wants the timeout, and he's telling his team to settle down. And Bob Stewart says more pressure. 7 points. That's only 2 3-pointers and a foul shot someplace, Tim.
And the way that we saw the Minutemen on our last telecast shoot the 3-pointers with Jay hitting 8 and John hitting 1 and Gary hitting 1, you know, that 7-point lead could go down in 2 shots. Also, we need to mention that Pineville only has 1 timeout left. Mullens has 2 going into the last 46 seconds here in the 4th period.
Well, 7 points is a lot of points, 46 seconds. And Butch McNeil, you just been here since the second half. What do you think?
Well, it's typical of the Wyoming County matchup. Pineville Mullens, it's absolutely doesn't make a bit of difference what the record is when these two teams play on the football field or on the basketball court. It's just it's a phenomenal game. Pineville's making a final run. They have 46 seconds left.
Well, Pineville, they're down by 7. Mullens will have the basketball, and Pineville will be in the press. If you're a Pineville native here, you can watch this one tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Channel 3 in cooperation with Keith Cook and the Wyoming Cable System. And we've had a great one to work. Ron Ellison wants to know how many timeouts he has, and Marvin Pennington said 2. All 10 players are above on the far end of the floor. Danny McKinney gets the basketball. Long pass down the floor to the left, and it goes out of bounds. And it will go over to the Minutemen. 43 seconds, and they have their basketball. What a game. And if you live in the Pineville area, you can see it on cable tomorrow night. Gary Williams, Jay McKinney, back to Williams. He goes up from 3. No good. Rebound. John McKinney. It's stolen. Ray Harmon steals it back. Over to John McKinney, and there's a foul. Wow. You talking about trying to keep up with that basketball. 94-87, 34 seconds remaining. Ray Harmon will be on the line.
Personal foul called on number 14 of Clyde Sizemore, his 4th. At the line will be number 12, Ray Harmon, shooting the bonus.
Well, I am out of breath, so Ron Ellison wants timeout with the score. Mullens 94, Pineville 87. Let's go.
Keep up with this, man. It's unreal, isn't it?
McNeely up here in the press box. It's a 7-point game, and the junior Ray Harmon, he'll be shooting a 1-and-1, and this could be a big foul shot because he could cut it to 5, and the clock hasn't moved. Ray Harmon, the junior's up, and it's good. 94-88, 34 seconds remaining in his basketball game. Mullens with the 6-point lead. Harmon on the foul line for the second shot. It's up. No good. Jacob has the rebound, loses it, and Harmon saves it, but he still fell about. And it will go over to the Rebels. That was a big play there for the Rebels. Pineville in full court pressure. They get it in to Clyde Sizemore. Clyde down 4. He looks around. He's still dribbling. And there's a foul. Clyde Sizemore will go to the foul line, and the Rebels have been tough on that foul line. 26 seconds, a 6-point lead for the Rebels.
Personal foul caught on number 12, Ray Harmon. That will be his 5th. He fouls out with 6 points. And you talk about the Rebels being hot from the charity stripe. They're 16 for 19 for 82%. But more than that, Clyde has hit 5 for 5 for 100% tonight, Bob.
Well, if you're a Pineville fan, you're saying the percentages are against him. If you're a Mullens fan, he's red hot. He won't miss another one tonight. And Pineville, Ray Harmon, the junior, he's always the quarterback of the offense for Bob Stewart and his Minutemen and does a sensational job. He just fouled out with 26 seconds to go, and that may not have been a bad foul because it stops the clock, and it puts the senior, Clyde Sizemore, on the foul line, and no one has left this gymnasium. 26 seconds. The shot's up, and it's nothing but net. Clyde Sizemore walks back to half court, takes a deep breath, and walks back up. 95-87. Excuse me, 95-88, a 7-point lead. And he can cut it to 8, make it to 8. It's up, and it's good. Gary Williams with the basketball. Gives it over to Fred Hatfield. Fred picks it up. Three-pointer, deep corner, and it's good. Wow, it was good from the deep corner. Clyde Sizemore with the basketball, and there's a foul. 96-91, 15 seconds to go, and Clyde Sizemore will go shoot a 1-and-1, I believe.
Personal foul on Fred Hatfield, his 3rd. Going to the line will be Clyde Sizemore, where he is a total of 7 for 7. What about the 3-point goal? From up here, it just looked like he was on a hope and prayer, but it went in, and it counts in the record book.
Well, he was as far in the corner as you could get here at Pineville High School, and he hit it. Clyde Sizemore up, in and out, rebound. To Jacobs, to Hatfield, and he loses the basketball and walks with it. A big play there. Fred Hatfield couldn't quite get control of the basketball. 12 seconds, a 5-point lead, and they quickly get it in, and there's a foul. And the junior, Brad Houck, will go to the line. Butch McNeely said it was 4, but I mean 5. I think it's only 4.
The personal foul will be on number 32, James Jacobs. He just fell out of the game with 5 personal fouls. James leads with a total of 19 points.
Well, Brad Houck with a 5-point lead. If he hits both of these with 11 seconds, it would be tough, even with the 3-pointer. And James Jacobs goes out with a good performance tonight.
Need to talk a little bit about Brad Houck. Brad has been his finest showing tonight. 28 points. I know Coach Elson's happy with that. As you said, James fouled out with 19 points. Get another fine performance from the big center tonight.
Well, Brad Houck, this is the best I've seen him play, and it's been a great performance. Shots up, no good. Rebound by Pineville, and Brad Houck steals the pass. Brad Houck has it, and he's fouled. And that's going to be 2 shots. That is not a smart foul. They're calling intentional. So with a 5-point lead in 8 seconds, some of the people are starting to leave, and the Mullens fouls are going low.
The foul caught on Fred Hatfield, that will be his 4th. At the line will be Brad Houck. The intentional foul will put Brad Houck at the line to shoot 2 fouls. The Mullens will get the ball out at half court. That's the big case right there, the intentional fouls. The new rule change this year, Bob.
Brad Houck on the foul line. Shots up, no good. They'll shoot 1 more. Intentional fouls is a 2-shot foul, and you get the basketball half court. Second shot up, no good. And Pineville trying to get 3 substitutes in the game. And Pineville pulls Gary Williams and the 2 McKinneys out. Kenny Clay, Rodney Bailey, and Shane Midkiff checks in. And Mullens wants a timeout. So with 8 seconds to go, it's 96-91. Mullens on top of 5. Let's go back to a 30-second timeout to your South County Sports Network C92. 96-91. And all this is going to do is add a lot of excitement tournament night up at the Raleigh County Armory when these two teams face off in the second game of the first round. Mullens with the basketball. They inbounce it. And there's a foul. Back and across. No. Back and across. And Pineville is going to check back in their guns with 7 seconds. He put in a small, quick team, and they got the turnover. And now Pineville will go back with the Williams and the McKinney with 7 seconds. A three-pointer can put them in it quick. They get it to Jay. Jay for 3. No good. Rebound, Gary Williams up and good. Pineville timeout with 2 seconds. And there's no timeouts left. No timeouts were left, so it's a technical foul. But that's about the only hope they had.
They really didn't have any choice, Bob, but to call. Now, if they didn't have any, the game would have been over anyway.
Right, Pineville had to call the timeout, so now at least they can set up. It's 96-93. They will shoot 2 fouls and then have the ball, and Pineville's going to have to hope they miss both fouls and steal the inbounds pass all within 2 seconds.
Bob, 2 seconds. Last Friday night, he was over at Bramwell with us. We've seen Scott Goins miss 2 with 2 seconds to go, and technical foul on Pineville for having 6 men on the floor. We've seen some wild things here on C92 this year.
Well, we've seen this once before, but the score was tied. The score was tied with 2 seconds to go. Bramwell shooting 2 foul shots and with the basketball. And of course, Pineville goes on and wins it in overtime, so it's not over. But Mark Sizemore, he's a senior, 6'2". He will be on the foul line, and Coach Ron Nelson said he's been the main man for the Rebels here the last 2 or 3 ball games. And again, all this is doing is adding a lot of fuel to that big tournament game. And Mark Sizemore, he nails that one. But I tell you what, on February, let me find it, the 27th at the Raleigh County Armory, and Sizemore hits that one. So it goes back to 98-93 with 2 seconds remaining and a 5-point lead. And that probably has iced this game, but I have learned a long time ago, nothing iced the game. I thought Bramwell had Pineville. Mullens inbounds. Gary Williams steals it, and the ball game's over. Long time celebration here for the Rebels, and it was a good ball game. The teams are shaking hands. They mouth each other a lot, pushed each other a lot, but when it's over, they're shaking hands. And it was a great basketball game. Don Ellison shaking hands with Bob Stewart, and of course with all the Pineville players, and of course Pineville coaches returning the favors. And like I said, on March 27th at the Raleigh County Armory, these two teams will hook up again in the second game. The first one will be Glenn Rogers and Herndon, but you'll see these two go after each other one more time in the first round of the single A sectional of Wyoming County up at the Raleigh County Armory, and now they have one apiece. And that third one's going to be the big one, because odds are the winner of that one may have a trip to Charleston. So with the final score, Tim, final score one more time.
98-93 in favor of the Mullens Rebels.
A 5-point victory for Rod Ellison and his Rebels. So let's go back to your South County Sports Network, and Tim Clay will have all the final stats of the game.